Sivir doesn't use up a whole lot of mana because she conserves it for Ricochet. The only times you use,
Look out.
Boomerang Blade is for really well-placed shots so that you can serve your mana. But if you have a lane, if you're playing a non-solo Sivir, or you get into a team fight or what, if you have a teammate with clarity, you can spam Boomerang Blade and Ricochet all you want.
Oh, this is gonna turn into a arena match.
Team fights happen.
I remember we were watching the ESL tournaments or whatever. It's like no kills whatsoever. Everyone just farms. Then all of a sudden, 5 minutes in or so, team fight after team fight.
And I got a retreat. That was bad. I almost got ignited to death. But all in all, this isn't going too bad.
All things considered. I have not fed anyone too incredibly much. You haven't died yet. That's fine.
And someone just signed on to Xfire.
Brace for pinging noises, or...
You know, for later on, you might actually want to turn off the option that does the ping. So, why am I going top? We should go bottom, try to push all the turrets, just keep moving.
Oh yeah, sure, leave me and poor Sivir up here.
You guys are doing fine.
No.
You know what, whatever. Turrets. Grenade! And now they're not even in the Why do they do that? Ugh. I feel like a noob whenever I do that because I'll end up putting turrets in places.
No, should we really call them turrets? I mean, that is going to get people confused. I don't think technically called cannons with the skill icon.
H28G evolution turret.
Oh!
See, what most people call turrets are supposed to be called towers.
True. So that's some Dota crossover.
Yes.
I've never played Dota, I'm sorry. I'm not pro.
I know I'm gonna get trolled for this, but I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying it's not my preference. I don't like evolution in Dota. It is harder. It is more complicated. I like how simple it is. You know, people can call it a baby game for that if they want, but I like it.
And Han has no bushes. Han fails. I'm sorry.
No.
I'll play it one day for graphics. This does look like a very polished, well done game.
I'm one of the people who shakes their head and wonders why people can't just like all of them. Not that I've ever tried Han before. I've seen games of people playing Han. It actually looks interesting. They have some pretty unique champions too.
But no bushes? No love for the bushes?
That's because Han was based off of Dota, and Dota didn't have... You know, that's one of the things that defines League of Legends. That's one of the unique things about it, is they have the brush for ambushes and other
should I get more ability power now?
Okay, you've got your Gnasher's Tooth, you've got Melody. You know, go... How many tanks do they have? They got Shen and Renekton. You could go for a Blood Razor. Or... No, you know what? Go for the Frozen Mallet, because you could use the survivability and the slow.
So I'm basically going presets, except for, the boots. Yes, it is. I think they changed it.
Well, as much of a shock as it might be, some champions do actually have good recommended items.
Get him poison. Leech's soul! And it's not gonna happen. Want me to come down bottom? Yeah, we're coming down bottom. Attack!
Go turret! My turret destroyed theirs, haha.
Oh, the irony. Coming in for Annie. Oh, no! Running away from Annie!
Now you're leaving me to die. Thanks.
probably could tank it. Oh, it's not. It's a full buff.
Nice like that. Mana for everyone. Except Singe because he ran ahead.
That's another thing I'd like to tell everyone. If someone has AoE summoner spells and they're low on mana or health or
Give
whatnot,
them Huggles.
yeah, stick to them. Don't run away from us when we're trying to like be nice to you. And probably just going to do that.
Run! Run, skinny Yorta legs, run! That is one interesting thing, though, for us. For all the things that Heimerdinger is and is not, he's actually not particularly slow. You know, some champions like a Nivea are notably slow champions. Heimerdinger, believe it or not, isn't. I don't know why.
We're running away from all of them. Oh god.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. It likes me.
And yeah, another thing I was gonna say earlier, but I didn't get to because I started getting chased. One of the things that I love about Heimerdinger, it's a bit of a tip for anyone else who's looking to play him. He is... Okay, once again, I run the risk of being trolled at saying this, but it's sort of a joke anyways. He's like a hard counter for big cheese fails. Because his micro rockets have his micro rockets can hit anything that's in his own personal sight range. They're low cost, instant cast, and very short cooldown. So you just... And you can use them while you're running. You don't have to stop. So there's like grenades. So, like, while you're running at them, you see, like, right there, like I just did with Soraka. Yeah, while you're running at them, you pop the Banish's Veil with the rockets, and then start lobbing grenades and placing turrets. I don't even know how that happened.
I think this is kind of turned into a Yordle slash Heimerdinger commentary, but so
yeah, this is our first video. It's nothing specific. It's just us hanging around one day, playing League of Legends as a couple random characters, having fun, commenting on the characters we're playing.
yeah.
A few tips and tricks on how to play them, mostly commenting on what's going on. What was that? Why did you stay in there?
Our mushrooms will block out the sun. I'm sorry, I had to. I keep forgetting about
Wait,
these.
you have two mushrooms down the center of the mid lane. That's not very good placement. I mean, I know at this point we've got them pushed into the base and it doesn't really matter, but still.
Okay, why do people talk to the bots? Do you see how I typed that in the wall? Okay, I just gotta say that.
Some people probably do it just out of
Boredom.
instinct.
Yeah, true.
Some people might honestly forget.
They're summoners instinct.
Because these sometimes it might be easy to forget. You know, these bots aren't exactly like 1800 ELO quality, but they play a lot better than the custom game bots. They're at least as good as, you know, a decent player. I'm not going to say a skilled player, but a decent player. Someone who maybe doesn't have a ton of experience, but still knows how to play the game and knows what they're doing.
So basically me. Well, me when I'm not half asleep. And like now, like...
Okay, here, you go help Twisted Fate up top. We've got every lane pushed to the inhibitor except top.
Wait, maybe we can circle on. He's gonna get Shen. I'm gonna go for his spell.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh god, sorry.
Sword is now there.
I'm gonna lead her. There's just a bait. Going for it. Maybe I can poison her. Maybe you get a little kill stealing action going on. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm severely underleveled.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh boy. That was a little close.
Oops. You can see the minions have pushed down so far.
Oh, that was so tempting. I was gonna try to lob a grenade at Annie, but I didn't think it would reach her before she recalled. I wish I had my... the cooldown on the rockets wasn't quite up.
Armed and ready.
And something I'm going to point out, a lot of people will, you know, save their mushrooms for, specifically for, like, warding and traps and stuff. I have the habit of putting them down right in front of the enemy waves, and I'm just going to explain why I do that. It's because...
It does help your farming.
Yes, it helps farming, and when you're severely de-leveled and behind like I do, you have to do that. So popping them down before they can target them is a strategy. It's a very newbie strategy, it's very...
See, that's why a lot of people go for the cooldown reduction, stacking HP type build, because then your main focus is, it's all about the mushrooms, because then you can use them for both. You know, you have enough to where you can place them at strategic points as wards, and still
Killing spree.
have enough to use sporadically in lanes.
Yes, sir.
And darn it, I do not quite have enough for my death cap yet. My build is actually almost finished for the first time ever. If you look at the scoreboard real quick.
An
Items.
ally has been
Morello's
slain.
Evil Tome Sorcerer, Shoes, Deathfire Grasp, Rylai's Crystal Scepter. I'm going for the Rabadon's Death Cap, and then if the game lasts long enough, I'm gonna go for Will of the Ancients.
Enemies inhibitor
Just to troll
has
them.
been
I wonder if I can snipe. Nah, I can't snipe.
Spell Vamp on Heimerdinger. Yes.
And I have to live with this guy!
Don't you even...
The enemy's inhibitor is respawned.
You know what, I'm gonna go back for items. I almost have 2.5.
Okay.
I hate-
Anyone who's watching, if this was a real game,
This would be a bad idea, but...
don't recall in the middle of the lane. You know, honestly, we're not playing at the top of our game just because it is...
I have my feet up on the table right now, and playing with 1.5 hands, so... Okay,
You don't have...
next item.
No, but that is something that you do even in normal games. You don't use the hotkeys, you click everything. Another little bit of advice to anyone who might be listening. Learn the hotkeys. You know, because of the way League of Legends works, everything is simplified. The hotkeys aren't hard to learn. Just
An enemy
invest
has
some
been
time
slain.
into them. Seriously.
Like, I will, use my summoner
If you're
spells.
clicking around for everything...
Yeah,
Ally
Ah!
has been
I'll click for my
slain.
summoner spells, and that, really does take away from...
Especially Flash. Flash is almost useless if you don't use the hotkey, because it's supposed to be an instant getaway thing. But it's not very instant if you have to go down to your hotbar, click on the button for it, and then click the teleport. Whereas if you just use the hotkey, you smart cast it and it targets wherever your cursor is.
Annie. Die!
Okay, so yay! Vengeance! You have
Oh, I
officially
avenged you?
Yes. She's the one who got
Now,
me up at top
this
one.
person obviously has, like, a fetish for Wit's End. Can you tell me a little bit about this item I don't use at all? Ever?
I honestly don't know what it does. I never use it. I never
Research that since you're dead? Thank you.
40% attack speed, 30 magic resistance, and a passive that makes your attacks deal